Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry here with another model showcase brought to you by BoLS. Today I have another model painted by my buddy Steve Will. It's a barbed hairodule. So Steve, what's up with this model, man?
I picked this up 5 years or so ago, early days of Apocalypse, and the people who know me know that I have a lot of Tyranids. I've been playing them for a long time, and I really like this particular model. I like the way it fit in the army and how it would fit into some of those bigger games and be a nice centerpiece.
Yes, I've been on the receiving ends in a couple of those games on this bad boy, so yeah, it's been fun. Can you tell me a little bit more about the painting techniques you used to do this model?
Well, it's the same thing I do with a lot of my armies right now, which is lots of simple techniques, take a little bit of time but aren't difficult. The nice thing is when they're put across an entire army, that really makes the army stand out. So on this one, for instance, the skin started out as just base coat, dry brush, wash, but then went in, because it is a bigger model and because it does tend to draw attention, take a little bit more time, do some layered highlights on top of it, just to really make it pop, bring it up a little bit. With the armor and the bone, striations, it's quick flicks of the wrist on the brush and with the paint. It's not hard at all, but it does take a little bit of time. It does add some work, but again, the bigger the model, the more you want to spend just that little bit of extra time to really make it stand out.
Right on. So can you tell me more about the what it's like to work with big hunks of resin like this? Anything you learned while assembling this model?
This wasn't the first resin model I'd worked with, so I had some experience and some knowledge. But one of the things that you'll see almost anywhere is really go through and wash all the parts in warm, soapy water. And with something like this, with all the little spikes and all the grooves and recesses, difficult areas to get into, even take an old toothbrush and really get in there and scrub it. Otherwise, you're just going to have your paint and your primer flaking right off. And I had a few problems with that early on, even with this one, where I had to go back and clean up some of the parts afterwards and strip them down, and I believe even on the headpiece, repaint it just because the paint just wasn't quite there. Some of the extra oil was still sitting on it from the casting process.
So, gameplay question real quick before we run out of time. Kill count. What's this creature's biggest kill count in a game?
Probably 5. Sad thing is, as big as this is, it draws so much fire that it rarely lasts more than a turn or two. So you get a few shots off, and then it's dead. A Titan turns around and decides some D-weapons are on the way.
So basically worth the points every single time is what you're saying?
I'm a glutton for punishment, so absolutely. Right
on. So any final thoughts about this model?
Same thing I said earlier. It's lots of simple techniques just applied across a whole model and a whole army. And it's not about trying to do all the wet blending and all those things. Just taking that little bit of extra time is really what can sell something on the tabletop and really make it pop.
Well, thanks again for being on BoLS. Again, this is AdamHarry with BoLS, another model showcase review. My friend Steve Will's paint job here on the Barbie, as I like to call him, because I don't say hairodule very well. So again, this is AdamHarry from BoLS. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.